the Vanderbilt Commodores look to finish an impressive season with a win here on Senior Day. They'll have to take down the Georgia Lady Bulldogs, looking to get hot at the right time. Let's take a look at the SEC tournament bracket heading into the final game of the regular season. All eyes will be on Greenville next week. The Commodores are the current 6th seed. The Lady Bulldogs sitting 13th. They would play Kentucky in Greenville next week. Undefeated South Carolina at the top has not lost this season. As we welcome you courtside here inside Memorial Gymnasium. Hi, everybody. I'm Alex Gould. He's Drew Maddox. Appreciate you all joining us here today. And partner, as of today, Vanderbilt is the last team into the field of 68. But as we know, when the calendar flips to March, the chaos ensues.
Absolutely. It's March. It's Senior Day, and we are in Memorial Gym. No better place to be than right here in Nashville, Tennessee.
No better place to be. Not many have been better than Ayanna Moore. She's been fantastic this season.
Ayanna Moore has saved her best basketball for SEC play, increased her points per game, free throw percentage, and three-point percentage. Led Vanderbilt the other night in Missouri with a big win with 15 points, leading 4 double-figure scores.
You see the numbers in SEC play. She's turned up the Jets, averaging a touch under 17 points per game, and she'll shoot the three at will here this afternoon. What more can we say? It's been a tough season for the Lady Bulldogs, but Javin Nicholson, the fifth-year senior out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, has been fantastic.
Yeah, she's been the bright spot. I mean, just really, really terrific. 25 points in 3 of the last 4 games. One of only 4 players in the top 10 in the SEC in points and rebounds. 16.7 points per game, almost 9 rebounds. She has to be huge today for Georgia to get a big road victory.
Commodores huddling up, understanding that this is a big moment for them. This is a historic program, Drew. Obviously, nothing can happen after today, but today seems like a must-win situation. Trying, of course, to get back to the NCAA tournament for the first time in a decade. As we get ready for tip here, Javin Nicholson and Sasha Washington. By the way, they went to the same high school, both wearing the same number, as Washington beats out Nicholson and wins the tip for the doors here on Senior Day. Good crowd here inside Memorial Gymnasium.
What about 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝘆 on Senior Day? Getting the big start. Love seeing that.
First start of the season for 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝘆. Here is Camille Pierre, the freshman out of Queen Creek, Arizona. Washington against her former high school teammate. There is more. Off the mark. Misses the first 3 attempt of the game. Taking a look at the Lady Bulldogs. They line up today. Damari Flournoy had 9. She was 3 of 10 from 3 versus LSU in that loss on Thursday night.
Vanderbilt transfer as well, so a place she's very familiar with.
Absolutely. Take a look at the starting 5 under head coach 𝗀𝗄. Jordan Cambridge, by the way, 3 points away from 1,000 here on Senior Day. What a career it's been for number 3. She's 2 steals away from tying the all-time steals record here in Music City. Pierre, mid-range game. Left it short. So Lady Bulldogs coming at 12-16. They are 3-12 in the SEC. 1-8 on the road. Triple from the corner, in and out. Good-looking shot, though, there, Drew, by Asia Avinger.
A little inside-out play for that perimeter jump shot as we see Jordan Cambridge. That's 3 straight possessions for Vanderbilt, Alex, and all 3 have been perimeter jump shots.
Lady Bulldogs were trying to run there, turned it over in transition. So we take a look at the head coaches today. There is Katie Abrahamson-Henderson, her 2nd season at Georgia. Spent 5 brilliant years at UCF, 3 straight tournament appearances, 2019, 2021, and 2022. And there is 𝗀𝗄 coming over from UConn in her 3rd season at the helm. She's got a chance, Drew Maddox, to potentially be the SEC Coach of the Year. But guess what? She's going to tell you, I don't care about that. Trying to win here for our seniors on Senior Day. And stay red hot going into Greenville. Of course, have a chance to go back to the dance for the first time in a decade.
I'll say both of these coaches just tremendous. You know, early into their tenures at both schools, Coach Abe, obviously tremendous success. Mentioned with the likes of a Mulkey, a Dawn Staley in terms of wins and NCAA appearances, and what 𝗀𝗲𝗱𝘆 has done at Vanderbilt is nothing short of amazing.
Still no scoring here. About 2.5 minutes into this contest. For Vanderbilt, too, by the way, there is maybe a little bit of added pressure, right? So how do you handle that?
Yeah, definitely. You're going to feel the nerves. It's senior day. Obviously, you want to win for your seniors. You want to win for your NCAA tournament resume. And think about this, Alex, too. They have not beat the Georgia Bulldogs since 2014 in this building. This has been a place that Georgia has come into and played very, very well. And so Vanderbilt, has to restore home court as well. And so that's a big jump shot. Pierre played excellent in Athens with 28 points when these two teams collided the last time. So it's good to see her get on the board early here in the first quarter.
So a Flournoy jumper, and then on the other end, Camille Pierre, as you said, career day for her. There was Nicholson, but an offensive rebound. Something the Lady Bulldogs haven't been great at this year. Second chance opportunities. How about that deflection and denial by Moore? But it's deflected right to Avinger. Got it back. Nicholson misses it underneath. The rebound as Cambridge got bumped to the ground. Moore pulls it back. Justine 𝗿𝗲𝗍𝗆 almost threw it away there. 𝗿𝗲𝗍𝗆, 3-ball. It's good. Justine 𝗿𝗏𝗍𝗆, the sophomore out of Toms River, New Jersey. She was 4 of 5 from downtown in Thursday's win against Mizzou.
She has emerged as a lethal three-point shooter, 39% in its entirety on the year. But that shot right there was straight butter. Just a pure jump shot.
Moore, a little step back, but an offensive foul is going to be called. So that was an illegal screen set there by Sasha Washington. Picks up her first of the game. The officials today, Tiffany Bird, Meadow Overstreet, and Cameron Enoye.
A tough call there. It looked like Sasha Washington was setting the screen and rolling, starting her dive to the basket. It's rare that you see the officials in college basketball make that call.
And then the other way.
And Sasha squares up and takes that nice charge and returns the favor.
Not often do you see two players rocking the same number from the same hometown, from the same high school, guarding each other in a pivotal game here in March.
Who wouldn't want to have seen that Collins Hill High School team play?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable. Like you said, Alex, to have both of these represent that program, I can only imagine how good their high school roster was.
Moore coming off the screen here. He's poked away. Moore gets it back from Washington. It's a 2, a long 2, but it's good. The first make for Moore. She's now 1 of 3 from the floor.
That's what she does. When she gets squared up, she has such a pure shot. Really increased her percentages and her efficiency in SEC play. Great start.
Yeah, nice move underneath by Nicholson, but couldn't finish. Cambridge pushing in transition. Jordan Oliver into the game for the first time as Moore from downtown Broadway. Timeout. Katie Abrahamson-Henderson. Ayanna Moore missed the first 2, didn't miss there, Drew Maddox.
So good to see Ayanna Moore. That jump shot is pure. Vanderbilt leads 10-2 here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Winter Sports, more than sports. When your highlight reel opens the door to 4 years of higher education, 0 student loan debt, and NIL earning potential. When your stats include free room and board, nutrition and mental health support, plus medical care with extended coverage. And when your experiences, friendships, and development put you in the win column for life. For college athletes, sports just mean more.
We choose the challenging path. Ever forward. It begins with hard work and humility, and the courage to fail. Strengthened by our community, we make each other better. There are no shortcuts on a lifelong journey. At Vanderbilt, we dare to grow.
These two met 3 weeks ago in Athens, a 61-55 win for the Doors and a career night for 𝗀𝗲𝗱𝘆.
𝗀𝗲𝗱𝗆 has been excellent all year. Her growth and development has been so fun to see. Tracking an SEC all-freshman team member, you can see 28 points. Look how efficient she was from the field. But the thing that I love, Alex, in her development, we've had a front row seat of watching this throughout the year, is she's continued to increase production throughout the year in SEC play. She's second leading scorer for Vanderbilt and the second leading rebounder as well.
You'd say that 12 of 16 from the floor is a pretty good night, correct?
Pretty good, 75%. I think as a coach, you'll take that. And it was a big road victory. If you remember, if you go back and look at Vanderbilt, they had lost a couple of home games. That Georgia win in Athens that night was so critical. And it really did string together kind of this discussion around their NCAA tournament hopes.
Vanderbilt, who sits inside the top 60 in the net ranking at 57. Feels like a must-win game here on senior day at home. Almost another turnover there for Georgia. 𝗍𝗻𝗋 into the corner. Good pass. Long two is no good, so Georgia has started just 1 of 8 from the floor.
Vanderbilt excellent on the defensive end and securing rebounds as well. And there's 𝗀𝗱𝗆𝗍 again. Her second three-point basket on the day.
We got to start calling her point-blank 𝗀𝗍𝗆.
I love that.
Is 2 for 2 here. Again, was 4 for 5 on Thursday in the win against Missouri. A game in which, yet again, Vanderbilt needed to win, and they did. And off the window and good. A nice take there by Jordan Cole, the fifth-year senior out of Alpharetta, Georgia, had just 2 points in 24 minutes on Thursday against LSU.
That was a nice touch. It's kind of a lost art in it. That nice little shot off the glass. Great finish.
Rebound to 𝗍𝗻𝗋 here, trying to push. 𝗍𝗻𝗋 working on Cambridge, and Cambridge almost picked her pocket. Cole into the corner. Nia Thompson in the game for the first time. And nice little step back, Jay, there from Thompson, the fifth-year senior out of Hamden, Connecticut.
Thompson had a little flair on that one, too. Not only was it the nice pull-up, the mid-range, but kind of rose up and shot that with 1 foot, kind of kicked forward. Had a little style and flair to that two-point basket.
You think Ayanna Moore's feeling it today?
Well, you knew she was feeling it. Even on the illegal screen call, she stroked that very first one, and it kind of got her going into a groove. And now we already see 7 points because I believe one of those three-point makes that we thought was a long two, but just her jump shot is looking so good this afternoon.
Moore, the team's leading scorer, averaging over 13 points per game. Here's Cole, lethal lefty, working on Washington. Good 1v1 defense there, and then a foul committed.
Well, it was great defense by Washington. She already has 1 foul to really stay vertical, contest that shot, disrupt the shot, but not foul, so she didn't get that early second foul.
That foul was on Jordan Cole. That is her first of the afternoon. Jordan Oliver a little bit banged up, battling for that rebound. Checking in for the first time for Shea Ralph's team is 𝗍𝗻𝗋𝗆𝗍, the freshman out of Poland.
Vanderbilt's going to need someone to throw it in over here to Jordan Cambridge.
Yeah. Also checking in for the first time is Ryan Allen, the sophomore out of Warminster, Pennsylvania. In case you're just joining us, a really nice start here for the Commodores. Trying to play for their seniors, trying to win on senior day, but also, of course, trying to keep their NCAA tournament hopes alive. Ayanna Moore with 7. Pierre gonna settle. Rattled in and out.
What a soft shooting touch, though. Even that ball hit so softly up on the rim.
Stepping out of bounds was Savannah Henderson, the redshirt freshman out of Orlando.
Savannah Henderson is the daughter of Coach Abe. It's pretty cool to see a little mother-daughter action today with the Bulldogs.
And getting a chance after redshirting, sitting out, getting to learn the game last season. Getting a chance here in this 2023-2024 campaign. 𝗍𝗻𝗋𝗆𝗍, Cambridge, 3 points away from 1,000. Still remains 3 away. Cambridge now 0 of 2 from the floor. Lady Bulldogs pushing on the other end. Pull-up jumper is good by Chloe Chapman, the fifth-year senior out of Mitchellville, Maryland. Had 2 points in 21 minutes versus LSU, averaging a touch over 3 points per contest.
Seen it already, Alex. Now 4 mid-range jump shots from the Bulldogs. Talking today's modern basketball, a lost start. The Bulldogs are finding that shot to be very comfortable and confident.
Pierre, 6 to shoot, drives baseline, got denied. A rejection there from 𝗿𝗲𝗍𝘆, the redshirt freshman out of Senegal, stands at 6'5", 3 in transition is no good. Great look there from Henderson, couldn't connect.
See if Cambridge can get a shot here. Drew the foul. Good.
Nice drive there by Cambridge. Foul is committed by Avinger there, the junior out of Cerritos, California.
We haven't had many fouls called in this quarter. It's been a pretty clean game. Not many whistles.
That's the third team foul on the Lady Bulldogs. Yeah, as you mentioned, Vanderbilt has only committed 1. Good pass inside. Good find from Cambridge. Washington trying to tip it back in. Rebound Oliver. Cambridge for 1,000. No good. Washington, another offensive rebound. Moore wants it. That might have been partially altered there by Henderson. Instead, I think they're going to say it was airballed.
That's a great contest because I'm with you. You would have thought that maybe Henderson got her hand on that basketball, but definitely Moore was feeling it. That was a deep shot, but I love a little heat check here early. Thought that Cambridge shot was going to go down. I was ready for it. I've stood up out of my seat on that one, Alex.
That shot does go down. A bucket there for Nicholson. And for Javin Nicholson, started 0 for 4 from the floor. They got to get her going if they want to win this game here today.
Absolutely. That is a welcome sight. Another mid-range jump shot as well. The 5th one in the quarter. All 10 points coming from the mid-range.
Shot clock is off here. Cambridge and company can hold for the final shot here in the first quarter. Good slip to the basket. What a find by Cambridge. Lady Bulldogs got to go here. Avinger can heave one up at the horn. Half court, good if it goes. Just short there from Avinger. A good look. Speaking of good looks, Jordan Cambridge and then Sasha Washington slicing to the basket.
Nice job there using the pick and roll. Nice little screen on the screener. Nice pass from Cambridge to Washington. Doors lead 17-10 into the first quarter here in Nashville.
Winter Sports, more than sports. When your highlight reel opens the door to 4 years of higher education, 0 student loan debt, and NIL earning potential. When your stats include free room and board, nutrition and mental health support, plus medical care with extended coverage. And when your experiences, friendships, and development put you in the win column for life. For college athletes, sports just mean more.
We choose the challenging path. Ever forward. It begins with hard work and humility, and the courage to fail. Strengthened by our community, we make each other better. There are no shortcuts on a lifelong journey. At Vanderbilt, we dare to grow.
She started 0 for 2 from the field. She's been cooking since. She's got 7 points now, 3 of 6.
She's been so good for Vanderbilt. Leading scorer this entire season. You can see the long 2, then the 3, and I love this one. The bounce out to her right hand. Nice job of jumping up and finishing that basketball. Moore and 𝗿𝗏𝗍𝘆 started off extremely hot, 13 points on only 8 shots. Just extremely efficient.
Those two are beating the Lady Bulldogs as of right now themselves. A combined 5 for 8. 𝗿𝗏𝗍𝗆, point blank 𝗿𝗏𝗍𝗆, as we talked about, 2 for 2 from downtown. Lady Bulldogs took them a while to get going, but starting to climb their way back into this contest. Take a look at Ayanna Moore there. Shea Ralph had a great quote the other day, and she talked about how I'm still looking forward to playing our best basketball, she said. I really hope that we can do that on Sunday at home on Senior Day in front of a great crowd. 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆 and Jordan Cambridge have meant the world to me. Of course, 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆, her first start here of the season, and she has earned it. 𝘀𝗻𝗆 has talked about her over the last 3 seasons.
𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆 also received a noteworthy honor in the past week as well, and so just making contributions all over campus, outside of campus, in the community, here in the building, with the program, outside of the program. Just both seniors are incredible representation of Vanderbilt University.
𝗀𝗍𝗍 ran into some traffic there and turned it over. Ball goes back to Georgia, but you talked about it. 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆, the senior out of Davie, Florida, won her second SEC Community Service Team selection, a fellowship with a nonprofit organization called Team Impact, which matches up kids with life-threatening or chronic illnesses with college athletes. She spearheaded bringing it to Vanderbilt, Drew. I mean, just a phenomenal person as that 3-ball misses. Cambridge still looking for her first bucket. Again, 3 away from 1,000 in her career. Foul was called. I'd like to see that one again. Thought it was pretty good defense there from 𝗀𝗲𝗱𝗆, who's a little bit frustrated about that call.
Yeah, what I really like here is more continuing to use her dribble to be aggressive. You could see it did grab some arm there. It looked like, once we set that angle, good shot by our crew today, which is world class, by the way, here in Memorial Gym. And get that shot there, and we could see a lot of arm on that. And so more able to go to the free throw line.
A crew who's worked really hard here in college hoop season. Done a great job, great shot there. Of course, our producer, Dean McCondishi. You see 𝘀𝗻𝗆 there. Her 3rd season here in Vanderbilt. Has a chance, of course, to win SEC Coach of the Year. Talk about that later as more connected on both free throws. She's got 9 here this afternoon. It's a 9-point lead here for the Doors.
Vanderbilt's been terrific on the defensive end, holding Georgia thus far 5 of 16, 31%. 0 from 3 from the three-point line, but Georgia solved the Vanderbilt defense right there with a nice little hit on that back cut for that layup for 𝗀𝗲𝗆.
And what a find by 𝗿𝗲𝗍𝗆𝗆. Just a great pass, a beautiful slip by Chapman to the basket. Washington wanted it inside, trying to establish position. Left hand, no good. Try to tip it back out, rebound to Nicholson. Chapman wants to push here on the other end. Both 35. It's been a fun battle to watch. Nicholson in the face of Washington. Rattles in and out, rebound to Cambridge.
See if Jordan can get on the board here in this possession.
Cambridge lost it for a moment. It's going to be a tie-up.
Great hustle.
Great hustle. I was going to say the exact same word. And a great hustle there and defense by 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗆. How about this feed here from 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗆?
Yeah, we were just talking about Vanderbilt. Their defense starts with a great cut from Chapman. And 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗆, just right off the bounce, you see that one-handed zip pass over the Commodore defense for a cutting Chapman for 2 points.
𝘀𝗻𝗆 calling a play here. Jordan Cambridge trying to orchestrate it. Cambridge, step back. A little too strong. How about Sasha Washington? Came out of nowhere and then picked off by Chapman. Trying to finish on the other end, it does. That was like a safety in football.
Oh, how fast was Chapman? She was like a missile shot through that passing lane, picked it off, got the pick 6 layup on the other end.
Yeah, that was a pick 2 there from Chapman. Chapman playing some significant minutes. 𝗿𝗏𝗆 thought about the step back 3.
Under 10.
Cambridge wants the pick, gets it, trying to get to the cup, got fouled. That's why she is so tough to guard. She's so fast off the dribble.
Attacking the paint, trying to make something happen at the end of the shot clock. That's why you saw Coach Abe stomp her foot right there. They took 3 seconds on the shot clock, played tremendous defense, and then bailed the Commodores out with that foul.
Areus Coach Abe, and what a first season. First season came in, and they made the NCAA tournament. She made 3 straight NCAA tournament appearances at UCF. She made 5 NCAA tournaments at Albany. Everywhere she goes, her teams win. That's why they brought her in. I know it's been a frustrating season, but trying to develop a lot of these players. They have 4 top 100 recruits coming in next season, so a lot to be excited about in Athens.
Pretty cool, too, that she started her career playing for Andy Landers at the University of Georgia before transferring to play at Iowa. Great pass. Wow.
Great feed, and the finish by Amaya Evans, the sophomore out of Pensacola, Florida. And 𝘀𝗲𝗱𝘆 wants to talk about it and reset here. Good find, the finish for Evans. All of a sudden, a 3-point game, 6:20 to go until the half right here on the SEC Network.
Forget about what we've already done. Ignore those who say we've reached the peak. You won't find us standing still to take a bow. We're the ones pushing even further. That's us reaching even higher, working like dogs. Reimagining what's truly possible. Because we're not finished yet. This is the University of Georgia. And we're just getting started.
We choose the challenging path. Ever forward. It begins with hard work and humility, and the courage to fail. Strengthened by our community, we make each other better. There are no shortcuts on a lifelong journey. At Vanderbilt, we dare to grow.
Not too shabby from 𝘀𝗲𝗄𝗽𝗆, the 5th-year senior out of Mitchellville, Maryland, averaging a touch over 3 points per game. She's a perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
She's already doubled that production. Alex, you see 𝘀𝗲𝗄𝗽𝗆. We saw the mid-range. We saw the great back cut in the half court. And then turning defense to offense with that excellent anticipation in the passing lane. We see here early in this game, she's a perfect 100% from the field. Already has an assist in the production category as well. And so 𝘀𝗲𝗄𝗽𝗆 making herself feel very comfortable here in Memorial Gym.
You know, this is a Lady Bulldog team, Drew, that lost Diamond Battles, who led the team in scoring in her lone season for Georgia, coming over from UCF. Lost Brittany Smith, who also transferred over with Coach Abe from UCF, who averaged a touch under 12 points per game. They lost Audrey Warren, who came in from Texas. I mean, she crushed the portal last year, right? And so no coaches ever want to use the term rebuilding, right? But trying to replenish the pieces that they lost. Again, a lot to be excited about in Athens next season. Vanderbilt has yet to score in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And so what do you want to see from them here for offensively?
Let's see if they can get the ball, get a touch in the paint there to Pierre. Play inside out just like that. We called it. Pierre catches it in the post. 𝘁𝗏𝗍𝒫 with some nice movement. Hits her on the offside wing, what we call the 45 slot for that nice 3-point basket.
Are you sure that you didn't call that play there?
I love it. That was beautiful basketball out of the timeout. Just well designed by Coach Ralph and her staff. And I want to come back to one point about the portal. Alex, you make a great point. And I think it's really key here in a fluid roster building situation in modern athletics. Georgia, think about this, did not lose one player to the portal last year. Every single player that could return came back and wanted to play for Coach Abe and her staff. Speaks to a healthy culture that they are building there in Athens.
Healthy culture on one side, a really healthy culture on another side,
Absolutely.
Right? And so two historic programs in this game here today. Obviously different seasons, right? Tales of the tape. But Vanderbilt, the last team in coming into today, 𝘀𝗲𝗆𝗆 didn't want to add any extra pressure. They know they got to win, especially trying to win here on Senior Day in front of an amazing crowd here in Memorial. 𝘁𝗏𝗏𝗏 orchestrating. There's Pierre. A little too strong there from Pierre.
I like it. We just saw Pierre to 𝘁𝗏𝗏𝗏, and then we tried to reverse the roles there and have 𝘁𝗏𝗏𝗏 to Pierre, but wow. Zach Chapman again with that nice left-hand finish.
She's like a Swiss Army knife. Feels like she can do it all. Just kind of wiggles her way to the rack there. So Chapman's now a perfect 4 for 4, and Ayanna Moore was looking for 𝗿𝗏𝗱𝘆 coming off that screen there, but couldn't find her, threw it away.
Yeah, just a little bit of a misread there, thinking that 𝗿𝗏𝗱𝘆 was going to maybe cut a little bit deeper towards the basket, just a little bit being off line there by Ayanna Moore. Nevertheless, a great cut.
Georgia 4 for 7 from the floor. Big thanks to Chapman. They're shooting 57% here in this second quarter. Foul called on Ayanna Moore.
I love these guards for Georgia. I like Avenger too. She's super dynamic. Really, really quick. Great use of the bounce. Both her and Chapman are crafty with the dribble as well.
Jordan Oliver checks back in for Ryan Allen. 22-18 game. It's been close throughout. Commodores had the largest lead was up to 9. But the Lady Bulldogs have cut it to 4 here. Good shot flake by Thompson. Thompson, rebound to Washington. Jordan Cambridge feels like she's got to get going here. Has yet to score, still looking for 1,000 career points. She's 3 away. Oliver just came off the bench. Washington got double teamed there, was deflected away.
Vanderbilt's been extremely efficient this year on underneath out of bounds. Let's see what Coach Ralph calls.
Cambridge, good find. Oliver, 3-footer, got it.
It's beautiful. Use of the bounce to the baseline. Jordan Cambridge there to find Jordan Oliver right in the middle of the paint, but it started with a nice baseline drive and finish. We actually call that an eye cut up away from the basket. Once you see that dribble coming baseline, you find space towards the middle of the rim. The Jordan combo there, nice 2 points.
So Jordan to Jordan for the jumper. Shea Ralph, too, something we've loved talking about and seeing. Such a good play caller.
Yes.
Right? Such a great play caller. She calls it there, and the team, as you said, that eye cut, get it done, as Avenger too strong on the 3, rebound to Moore.
Yeah, she's terrific on special situations, underneath and side outs. Terrific after timeouts as well, and just has great sense of timing for who and when and what type of shot you want to get.
Avenger tried to force it there to Thompson. Moore trying to push the other way, thought about the 3. Instead, gets the foul. 2 free throws coming up here for Ayanna Moore. She thought about that 3-ball in transition. Instead, a little shot fake, and she's going to go to the free throw line.
I thought she may pull up here for the 3-point shot, but what I love is really seeing her coming off the injury, that we know has been well documented, and starting to see her be a more frequent use of the drive and the bounce, not just being a catch-release shooter, but now that's already the second time that she's gone to the free throw line because of the use of the bounce and being attack-oriented.
Moore is the 6th best free throw shooter in the SEC at 82.4%. Perfect 3 for 3 today. There's a really good feature that our producer Dean McConaughey and the rest of our crew got on Ayanna Moore, talking about her rehab, what she went through last season, had to sit out all of last year, as well as Jordan Cambridge, right? It was 2 critical and key losses. They were so banged up, only had 9 healthy bodies last year. Of course, everyone's been healthy for the most part this season. Good feature to watch at the half. Good defense and hands there by 𝗿𝗏𝗱𝘆.
When Shea Ralph, and there's yet a lot to be written in this story, right? I mean, whether it's this year and then the years to come, they're going to look back on that year last year, of only the 9 players, of the injuries, of the overcoming, as a significant point, I believe, in the journey of what this program has been restored to, the levels of what the history was.
Wild shot there. Nicholson there for the offensive board. Got poked in the eye. No foul called. A lot of Commodores faithful here in attendance. Thought the ball should have went the other way. Instead, it stays here with Georgia. 9 on the shot clock.
Starts with that shot. What about the shot of Flournoy? I love it. Little Jordan-esque.
And it did look like Washington caught Nicholson in the eye. Officials didn't see it. Now a foul is called underneath. That foul is against Jordan Cambridge. That is her first.
That was a great cut. Very hard, impactful cut from Thompson, coming from the top to draw that foul.
Mid-range again. Does not go for Thompson, but another offensive rebound. And another foul. That foul is on 𝗀𝗲𝗱𝘆. That's her first. That's the team's fourth foul. Actually, no, it's the team's third here.
There's been so many frequent ones here in the last possession. It did feel like there was more than just 3.
Georgia has 5 offensive rebounds today. They've been crashing the glass nicely. But they trail by 8 and not scored in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Not a great decision there by Flournoy, trying to fit it into Nicholson in transition. 𝗀𝗏𝗃𝗏 has not missed a 3, but she tries to force it there. Good denial by Thompson on the other end.
Georgia yet to make a 3-point basket, 0 for 4, 9 of 26, and no free throws. So every point that they've scored, all 18, have been all 2s, which is so rare, once again, in today's college basketball.
Cambridge still looking for her first points. Feeds it inside to Washington. Good defense there by Nicholson. Boy, it might have gotten a piece of it. Great defense. 35 v 35. Chapman in transition. Then a denial. Cambridge came out of nowhere and blocked that thing back to Broadway.
And I love it, too. So you see this play. What a great recovery. Great block. Great timing. And if you get a look over in that corner, she has the biggest cheering section of family and friends in all of Memorial Gym. Did it right in front of them, and they just exploded to their feet. It's such a fun sight.
Now Cambridge, who almost picked it off there. She does have 1 steal today. She's credited with 1. Avinger. That was a long 2, no good. Rebound to Oliver. Cambridge 1 steal away from tying the all-time steals record set by Deborah Denton back in 1989.
Wow.
In case you were wondering, yes, I was not born yet, Drew Mathis. Cambridge for 1,000. Little too strong.
She's had so many great looks. I mean, every single one of those catch-release threes, I'm like, oh, that's going to be the one.
You know what? And she would tell you, coming into today, 0 for her last 14 from 3. So she's trying to establish that, especially going into Greenville. You never know, maybe the NCAA tournament as well. She's trying to establish that 3-point basket that she's had most of the season. It just hasn't been falling as of late, as the possession error here favors the Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, Jordan Cambridge, if Vanderbilt's going to make a run when they get to the tournament in Greenville, hopefully they receive an NCAA tournament bid, she's going to have to start providing some production in the scoring column. I mean, we know she impacts winning all over the board. Yes, steals, assists, runs the team, what she does intangibly, but her scoring production is much needed for this team.
And she would tell you the same thing. She would. She'd tell you the same thing. Listen, she had 6 points, 8 assists, 4 steals. I mean, really a stat stuffer, an amazing night against Mizzou in that win, a critical win in Columbia. But yeah, she would tell you have to impact it scoring the basketball as well. Nice double team here by Moore and Pierre. Nice job by Avinger to get out of it. Savannah Henderson. Lady Bulldogs have not scored in the last 4 minutes. Chapman, that looked like it was kicked away, playing soccer here, no call. Pierre cannot finish on the other end, got her own miss, puts it back in.
Unbelievable. Misses the shot on the right side of the rim, gets her own rebound on the left side of the rim to convert that basket for 2 big points. Georgia calls a timeout.
Timeout, Lady Bulldogs. The largest lead here in the first half for the Commodores. Defense transitions into offense there. Pierre got her own miss. But what more can we say about Justine 𝗿𝗏𝗍𝗃, the sophomore out of Toms River, New Jersey? 𝗿𝗏𝗍𝗃, point blank, she's 3 of 4 from downtown.
9 points already. You can see she came right into the game, made her presence felt with that first 3, trailed into that next one, and I love that one. Vanderbilt, after a timeout, played inside out. Pierre skips the ball over to 𝗿𝗏𝗍𝗃 on the offside wing for that deep 3-point make. She's become deadly and become a great catch-release shooter for the Commodores.
You take a look at the combo of Moore and 𝗿𝗏𝗏 today. Ayanna Moore's got 11. She was cooking early. But Justine 𝗿𝗏𝗍𝗃 averaging a touch under 7 points per game, but she shoots the 3 ball at 39%. I mean, she's a sniper, transferred in from Tennessee. She has made such a critical impact as of late. She's 7 for her last 9 from 3-point distance.
That's pretty good, Alex.
Yeah, listen, I'm not a great math student, but
exactly.
7 of your last 9 is really special. Evans slips to the basket. Good help side defense by Pierre. Evans missed that shot with the left. Pierre tried to save it. Good hustle, though, by Camille Pierre. You think that's a freshman who wants to play for her seniors here on senior day? Showing up and showing out is Camille Pierre. Lady Bulldogs have not scored in the last 4 minutes and 25 seconds and counting. Nice tip out by 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏 to Cambridge. Could have gone 2 for 1 if they wanted, but instead going to hold here, bleed some clock, and settle for a good shot. Moore with 10 to shoot, working on Avinger, got fouled.
The 3rd time that we have now seen Moore use the bounce, put pressure on the defense, using the drive. And once again, you said it, Alex, she's such an effective free throw shooter, one of the best ones in all of the SEC, and now she's getting to go to the line for her 5th and 6th free throw attempts here in the first half.
Ayanna Moore, perfect 4 for 4 from the charity stripe today. Nicholson going to check back in to the ball game for the Lady Bulldogs. As I mentioned earlier, Ayanna Moore, the junior out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, missed all of last season due to injury, had to rehab and get her body right, her mind right coming into this season. Not easy to do, but an amazing feature done by our team that talks about her rehab process, getting ready for this 2023-2024 season.
And just a special young lady. I think this year, some of my favorite highlights have been able to interview the Lady Commodores after their games, and Moore is so impressive. I mean, just so together, so engaging, has a great personality and smile to her, and just to know that she's overcome so much in her story, and yet she continues to be so positive. I mean, it's inspiring to me as an adult to just connect to her story.
Lady Bulldogs have not scored in the last 5 minutes and 11 seconds. Shot clock is off, can hold for the final possession. The defense for the Commodores has been suffering. 3 ball, no good, another miss. The clock will stop at 4.2, so you never know. Potential chance here for the Doors to add to this lead. Their largest lead of the afternoon. It's up to 12.
4 seconds. Georgia giving a little bit of margin here for Cambridge to get a running start.
Cambridge going to let it bounce. This would be for 1,000. Instead, going to try and get to the rack and not finish there. A nice look for Jordan Cambridge, but that is how we come to a close. How about the defense for the Commodores held the Lady Bulldogs in check in the final 6 minutes of the first half. The largest lead of the game, up to 12. You can see future Commodore taking in her first game, senior day. Great action in this first half, and of course, an amazing feature on Ayanna Moore here at the break. More for Memorial on the SEC Network when we come back. Back here at the half in Nashville. Commodores on top by 12. enjoy this beautiful feature on Ayanna Moore and her rehab process coming into this season.
When you go through something like Ayanna went through, it was her first major injury. And, towards the end of her first season, she had found some incredible success. And her growth over that year was really cool to see and to experience and watch. And now she had all of that taken away. And she lost the entire year. And the beauty is that she can redshirt, and she did. But she has a hunger now of having had that taken away. And when you have young players like Ayanna who've never not been able to do or play the sport that they love and are passionate about, that doesn't always exist.
For me, it was trying to paint for her a picture of, the first step is, we're going to, go in with our surgeon and get everything corrected. And then that's the first step. And then it's kind of like, now we're going to go through these phases of rehab until you're ready to return to the court.
Yeah, there you go.
Rehab is so many things. It's so many things. It's hard, it's challenging, it's frustrating. Sometimes you want to give up. Sometimes it's like motivating. Sometimes you're happy because you finally do something you weren't able to do.
Being that I've been hurt a lot, I think that us being hurt at the same time last year was good for her, but also good for me. I think I was able to grow as a teammate, as a leader, but also I think I was able to help push her. Being that was her first injury, I think that I know from experience that that's a really hard mental battle you have to face. We shed a lot of tears together. We picked each other up a lot of times. We kind of actually told each other the same pickup message. Like there would be one day I would be crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna be myself again. She told me be patient. The next day she might be crying. I tell her be patient. And now we're back on the court together, thriving. And I'm really super excited for her and myself. And I'm glad that I had this one last year to play with her.
In the moment, it's so hard. Like you just wake up and you're like, do I really want to do this? But at the end of it, you're going to look back at it and be like, I really did that. So it's good.
Hopefully what you'll see is when she is back on the court this season, you'll see the old Ayanna before the injury. Because I think she's just about there, just about gotten that Ayanna swagger back. And it's really, really a joy to see it.
What I love to see now with her is that edge also exists in her work ethic. And Ayanna's always been a gamer. She loves to come and play basketball, and the lights are on, and she shines. But now the lights are always on. And I know how valuable that will be for her, not only here at Vanderbilt, but she has aspirations to play professionally. And hopefully as she goes on to do that, she'll be somebody who competes no matter what all the time. That is what this injury gave her. And it's really awesome to see because now she'll be able to, I think, fully maximize her true potential as a basketball player.
I'm sorry, I got to. Please. I'm sorry, I got to. I got to.
Winter sports, more than sports. When your highlight reel opens the door to 4 years of higher education, 0 student loan debt, and NIL earning potential. When your stats include free room and board, nutrition and mental health support, plus medical care with extended coverage. And when your experiences, friendships, and development put you in the win column for life. For college athletes, sports just mean more.
We choose challenging path, ever forward. It begins with hard work and humility, and the courage to fail. Strengthened by our community, we make each other better. There are no shortcuts on a lifelong journey. At Vanderbilt, we dare to grow.
A 12-point advantage for the Commodores at the half. More from Memorial when we come back on the SEC Network.
Winter sports, more than sports. When your highlight reel opens the door to 4 years of higher education, 0 student loan debt, and NIL earning potential. When your stats include free room and board, nutrition and mental health support, plus medical care with extended coverage. And when your experiences, friendships, and development put you in the win column for life. For college athletes, sports just mean more.
We choose the challenging path, ever forward. It begins with hard work and humility, and the courage to fail. Strengthened by our community, we make each other better. There are no shortcuts on a lifelong journey. At Vanderbilt, we dare to grow.
Nice shot of the Parthenon there, right across the street here in Nashville. The Doors on top of the Lady Bulldogs by 12 here at the half. About 2 and change to go until the start of the second half. As we welcome you courtside here inside Memorial Gymnasium, Alex Gould, Drew Maddox, and our entire SEC Network crew. Appreciate you joining us here at the half. Partner, how about the defense for the Doors to end that first half, to end that second quarter? Held the Lady Bulldogs in check for the final 5 minutes and change.
They did a great job. 0 free throws, so they're not fouling, and you're still effective at stretching that defense out to the three-point line. 0 three-point makes for the Bulldogs. But the lone bright spot has been 𝘀𝗏 going 4 for 4 from the field, 8 of her team's 18 points. If you take her out of it, the rest of the Bulldogs are 5 for 27 from the field. And for Vanderbilt, it's been 𝘀𝗏. 3 of 4 from the three-point line, came into the game, made her presence felt. Those 2 big three-point makes. She had another one to join the efficiency of Ayanna Moore, who had 13 points in the first half. She scored in a variety of ways, put the ball on the floor, one of the best free throw shooters in all the SEC, was a perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line as well.
You take a look at the numbers. Listen, Vanderbilt has not shot it necessarily well, but again, the defense has really stepped up in a must-win game. Georgia, who's really struggled from the three-point line all season, you see 0 for 6 from 3, have yet to get the 3 ball going. They've turned it over 8 times because of that defensive pressure we were talking about.
Yes, 29% from the field that Vanderbilt has held Georgia. 8 turnovers, as you mentioned. And not only that, Vanderbilt is doing an outstanding job as well as their +2 on the glass as well.
Let's take a look at some out-of-town scores. Looking around the scoreboard in this season finale, South Carolina remains undefeated. A really tough one at home against Tennessee, but they held on to win. So Don Staley's team will go into Greenville undefeated. Auburn with a big win against Florida. Remember, they're on that bubble as well. And Kentucky, a pretty good showing at the half against LSU as we get ready to start the second half here in Memorial. And really quickly, I want to mention, they introduced the new members of the Vanderbilt Athletics Hall of Fame. 𝘀𝗏𝗄𝗏 was inducted today, 1,876 career points as Cambridge got tied up. The possession, of course, is going to favor the Lady Bulldogs, so a good start defensively for Georgia. But 𝘀𝗏𝗄𝗏, who played here, second-round pick by the Indiana Fever, drew 5th all-time in program history in scoring. She is now a member of the Vandy Hall of Fame. Really cool honor for her.
Yeah, it was really cool to see 14 former student athletes go into the Hall of Fame this weekend here at Vanderbilt. Not only did 𝘀𝗏𝗄𝗏 join the Hall of Fame class from the girls program, the women's program, But Phil Cox, longtime leading scorer over the course of the men's basketball program, went into the Hall of Fame as well. So both great representations of the basketball programs.
Pierre got her pocket picked there by Jordan Cole, just took it away. There's 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆𝗀. 3-ball. Flournoy, no good. Bulldogs now 0 of 7 from 3. They have not scored in the last 6+ minutes of action. Just can't buy a bucket right now. Pierre, who had a career-high 28 last time these two met 3 weeks ago in Athens, got fouled. We'll wait to see if it was on the floor.
I didn't see the official if she said
like
two shots.
Yeah, they're going to say 2 shots here for the freshman.
So in her shot attempt. But I remember back into the second quarter, we were talking about Georgia went on a run. 𝗀𝗲𝗱𝗆 had to call a timeout. And since that timeout, Vanderbilt closed the half on an 8-0 run and obviously started this first minute. So it has been a long scoring drought for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Georgia cut it to 19-16. It was a 3-point deficit. And then Vanderbilt went on a run to end the first half as Pierre connects on the first free throw. Arizona's Gatorade Player of the Year at Perry High School, 4-star recruit, 63rd best prospect in the nation. And she has lived up to it and then some. She has been fantastic for 𝗀𝗲𝗱𝗆𝗆 on both sides of the ball, both offensively and defensively. Such a critical piece to the puzzle here in this 2023-2024 season.
Certainly going to be named to the All-SEC freshman team. I think that's unquestioned. I mean, when you look at what she's done inside of conference play in particular, really impactful for this team.
Here's Sasha Washington, just 2 points today, 1 of 7, now 1 of 8. That was partially altered by her high school teammate, Javin Nicholson. 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆𝗍 on the other end. Cambridge might have gotten a piece of that one. Great defense, 1v1 by Jordan Cambridge. Cambridge in transition, looking for 9.99, couldn't get it to go. Cambridge now 0 of 7 from the field. As Pierre almost took it away. I don't think 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆𝗆𝗆 saw Pierre there, who was lurking like a shark. And finally, Nicholson gets one to go. That was 7+ minutes of action without a basket for the Bulldogs.
Welcomed on 2 fronts. First of all, Georgia needed a basket, but 2 in the first half. Nicholson, their leading scorer, was 1 for 7 and only 2 points in the first half.
Yeah, Nicholson, who averages a touch under 17 points per game, she's just 2 of 9 from the floor. Does have 6 rebounds, working hard on the glass. Give credit again to the Commodores' defense, not making it easy today. Pierre commits the foul. That is going to be the first on Camille Pierre. Team's first here in this third quarter as Oliver checks back in for Pierre.
Get the sense that Nicholson's going to be a little bit more aggressive. Coach Abe's going to put the basketball in her hand, play through her in the half court, get her some more touches in a quality spot to allow her to get into the scoring column more frequently.
There is Coach Abe. Katie Abrahamson-Henderson in her second season at the helm of the Lady Bulldogs, coming over from UCF. 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆𝗆𝗆 got tied up, but they're going to get Cambridge with a foul here, and that is going to be the second on Jordan Cambridge, the team's second.
We've talked about it. Abinger there, you see on your screen, and Chapman, both extremely quick guards.
Good defense and hustle there by Pissat. Pissat, too, she'll tell you, she doesn't want to be known as just a three-point sniper. She's another good defender for the Commodores. As player hit the deck, this is going to be a steal. That'll tie the all-time record as Moore gets fouled. That should go down as the second steal for Jordan Cambridge. We'll wait to see it in the box score. So Jordan Cambridge here as Evans hit the deck, and that is the second steal, Drew Maddox. So Jordan Cambridge ties the all-time school record set by Deborah Denton back in 1989.
Unbelievable. I mean, we talk about it all the time, just how great she is defensively. Now, I know on that one, she received the benefit of a player tripping, but still, nevertheless, you have to be in the right spot, right time, anticipate. Jordan Cambridge is one of the great defenders, men's and women's basketball, that you will ever see, and she follows in the lineage of her father, Desmond Cambridge, who led the NCAA in steals when he was a college player as well. So she comes from a family that knows how to guard extremely well.
It's in the genes.
It's right.
I mean, it is. And Jordan Cambridge, what an illustrious career she's had. Deborah Denton set that record 35 years ago as the first 3-ball of the game goes for the Lady Bulldogs. That's 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝘆. That's a big answer there, back to 11. But back to Cambridge, 35 years ago, Deborah Denton set that record. It sat for 35 years, right? Records are meant to be broken. You know that as a former player yourself here in this very building. As more creates and finishes.
We keep speaking to the development of her game and the comfort she has now to be attack-oriented, use the bounce, use the drive, and then what an outstanding finish of scoring through contact and rewarding herself with a chance to go to the free throw line to complete the three-point play.
You know, we saw that feature at halftime, right, on Moore, and how heartbreaking it can be when you get an injury like that and have to rehab. She's talked about how at times she wanted to give up. She did, right? But who was right there beside her going through the same thing? Jordan Cambridge said, patience, patience, patience. The patience has paid off. She's got 18 here and the largest lead of the game to 14.
Yeah, that halftime feature, chills and tears when I watched that feature. It was pretty special hearing her talk about overcoming, and then the subplot to the main plot, the friendship between Cambridge and Moore, is so special.
It really is. And I know Ayanna Moore is just a junior, right? And plenty of years left of eligibility. Is Cambridge off the side of the backboard, maybe trying to force it a little bit there. Now 0 of 8 from the field. But those two are best pals. Thompson in transition, coast to coast. The lay-in is good. It's back down to 10.
That was beautiful drive by Thompson. No resistance. Nobody stopping the dribble in transition. She went coast to coast for that nice finish.
So the Doors getting it done defensively. Good slip. And the finish by Moore. What a find by Jordan Oliver, the transfer from Duke. What a difference she's made this season. As Moore finishes, Moore now has 20.
That was a dime. Great pass by Oliver, but Ayanna Moore, what about the seal in the post? So now we've seen three-point makes, mid-range shots, free throws, finishes, and now a post finish as well.
Doors trying to go back on a run here. 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝘆, 3-ball in transition. Side of the mark, offensive rebound, Washington. We were screened there, it's hard to tell. Sasha Washington, one of the best offensive rebounders in the SEC, keeps that play alive and gets her second bucket of the game. Lead is back up to 14. Who knows, NCAA tournament could be on the line here in Nashville. Back here in Nashville, the 2 steals for Jordan Cambridge today ties her for the all-time Commodore lead in steals in a career with Deborah Denton. You see Denton sent it back in 1989. How about all of those names, Drew Max, all in the 80s?
It's pretty crazy to think through the 90s, the 2000s, 2010s, into the 2020s. Now Jordan Cambridge is joining the history books here at Vanderbilt. She now joins the secret society of steals leaders for the basketball programs, men and women. Can't wait to ask her about it, by the way.
Is there a secret handshake for the Steel's Secret Society?
A little bit, but we can't share that.
No,
That's a secret. That's right. I can't share that.
There you go.
No, kudos to Jordan Cambridge. Just an incredible ambassador for Vanderbilt University. Incredible player, but specifically as it relates to that statistical category, unbelievable defender.
Also, really quickly, kudos to Allison Steele and Jay Levin, 2 members of our crew who don't get enough credit for what they do, getting that graphic ready for this big moment. It's such a big deal. Nice job, Allison and Jay. All right, the Lady Bulldogs down 14 here, 5 and change to go in this third quarter. Have just had trouble scoring the basketball this season, especially here today as a reaching foul was called on Ayanna Moore. That is her second.
I like Vanderbilt coming out of this timeout. Once again, we've talked about 𝘀𝗲𝗱𝘆 and her play call, but also a great sense coming in and out of timeouts. You see the switch of the defenses, too, to more of a zone look on this possession versus just going into the timeout playing man-to-man.
Why do you think they go zone here?
It's just confusion. You know, you're making the bet. Are you calling two plays there? Georgia is 1 of 8 from the three-point line, so they're struggling to score from the perimeter. Just wanting to throw a different look.
Thompson, well, that's one way to beat the zone.
Absolutely. Thompson, that's the second great finish that we've already seen this quarter. We saw her go coast to coast after the Jordan-Cambridge miss, and then penetrating that zone at the end of the shot clock. That was a great finish.
𝗿𝗏𝗱𝘆. Again.
Goodness.
Absolutely on fire. Justine 𝗿𝗏𝗆. That's her 4th 3-ball of the game.
So pure. I mean, just so quick, so efficient, great mechanics, and shoots with a tremendous amount of confidence.
3-ball on the other end. Henderson is good. Nice answer for the Lady Bulldogs. They're now 2 of 9 from 3. They've made their last 2 3-point attempts. Back to 12.
Henderson has a good-looking stroke as well. I know she had missed her first couple of attempts, but every one of those have been straight-line misses and looked like they were going to go in. And good to see that one go in for her.
Foul called on Nicholson there, who disagrees. Take a look at this. That's way deep, by the way.
And coming off a back screen where you have to step out and reestablish stability into your shot. Great shot preparation to make that shot.
The lead to 12 for the Doors. 4:04 to go here in Nashville. More when we come back on the SEC Network. If we're talking about the SEC tournament, it must be March. It all begins on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time in Greenville. Take a look at the bracket coming in to today. Drew Maddox. Vanderbilt would be the 6th seed. They would get that first round bye to Thursday, and they would play the winner of Missouri and Florida. They split with Mizzou. Big win in Columbia on Thursday, and then beat Florida earlier this year right here at Memorial.
Yeah, getting that bye, that extra day of rest is significant. First of all, the Commodores had to play on that first day on that Wednesday last season. And I will tell you, getting to play on Thursday gives one more day of those legs some rest. You're able to scout your opponent, be ready to go, and then not to look too far ahead. But we had the Ole Miss game right here for SEC Network Plus. I like the matchup against Ole Miss. I think that is a game that the Doors can absolutely go and get.
They have to go and get this one and hang on to this lead here today. Final 14 minutes of action. Nice find by Cambridge, and Washington finishes.
Which, by the way, today the world has been watching women's college basketball.
Right.
You know, we would, if we didn't mention 𝘀𝗏𝗋𝗆 Clark going after legendary Pete Maravich's record, we would be remiss. And to see what she's done for women's sports, for women's college basketball, is astounding. And certainly she did pass that record today with 35 big points in a win against Ohio State. So just congratulations to 𝘀𝗏𝗋𝗆 Clark, but thank you on behalf of all of us fans for all you do for women's athletics.
Just what she's done for the game,
Crazy.
right? What she's done for the game, a big deal in that win over Ohio State. Big game, by the way, 2 versus 6. 2 teams who could be 2 top seeds, could be a national champion in that matchup. Of course, they could see each other in the NCAA tournament as Thompson connects on the first free throw. But listen, the committee, they're watching this game, especially today, right? Vanderbilt in a situation, Charlie Creme has talked about it, the head lead ESPN bracketologist, that this is a must-win for the Doors. So the lead's back down to 12. Have to win this game, and I think a lot of people would advise to get to the NCAA tournament to maybe go win one in Greenville, because again, going against an 11 seed or a 14 seed in Missouri or Florida, you'd like to add 1 win in the SEC tournament as well to be safe.
Well, a lot of times when we talk about bodies of work and you're starting to reference strength of schedule and net rankings and all of those things, you begin to speak to quality wins and who on your resume have you beaten? Who are those significant wins that you can point to? But equally as such, they use language like quality losses as well. And so to your point, Alex, this game would be by definition a quality loss. the first round against an 11 or a 14 seed in the SEC tournament would be a quality loss. So the doors to protect themselves, these are must-win situations for them.
Absolutely. As Cambridge again looking for 1,000. Could not connect on the first free throw. This would get her to 998 in her career. Just hasn't been the scoring night for her, day I should say, but she connects. That's her first point of the game, so now 2 points away from joining the 1,000-point club in her career. Would be the 40th member to do so. As a door, good find and slip. This is a player for the Lady Bulldogs on the other end that they're excited about. The redshirt freshman, 6'5" out of Senegal, and 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆𝗍.
𝗀𝗏𝗍, nice little ball screen up top, dove to the rim, and then sealed the defender off, created a nice passing angle for that post entry. Great score.
Turnover there for the Commodores.
She moves so quickly, like just a freshman. You see 𝗀𝗏𝗍 really move, and you'll see again, here comes that hot ball screen again. Watch her roll and replace down into the paint. Does a great job of creating space inside, and Georgia's finding some success off that same look now. 2 straight possessions.
All of a sudden, the Lady Bulldogs can't miss from deep. They are 3 for their last 3 after starting 0 for 7 from 3-point distance. How about this find by Avenger there to Thompson, wide open for 3, and again, you talked about that Vanderbilt went to the zone, right, because the Lady Bulldogs had not been connecting for deep, all of a sudden making Shea Ralph and this team pay a little bit.
Thompson's been really good. That's her 7th point in this quarter alone. Really been great for the Bulldogs, but we've seen Georgia go to, you can see today how her production, 11 points, 4 rebounds, been tremendous, and especially in this quarter. But Georgia's gone to that same set the last 2 possessions. They found the post entry the first time. The doors had to overcorrect and able to find Thompson for a 3-point perimeter shot the second time. So we'll continue to pay close attention if Georgia will continue to go back to that double high ball screen up top.
Coach Abe's teams, they do not go away. They don't. And the doors know that here.
Yeah, I was watching Georgia, the other night against LSU, and LSU was really playing well. And Georgia just was tremendous. Went on like a 22-0 run in the third quarter alone to get back in that basketball game. So to your point, they will not stop playing.
They got to get Nicholson going. Key piece to the puzzle, almost a chance at a 3-point play. Instead, though, going to go to the line, has the chance to cut the lead down to 6.
Let's see that one again. Watch Jordan Oliver. Maybe that low hand a little bit. The refs like to see, officials like to see both hands up, creating verticality towards the ceiling. Maybe that left arm being on the waist of Nicholson gave her that foul, but great contest there. But Nicholson needing to produce for her team at the free throw line.
73% free throw shooter, connects on the first. Just 2 of 9 from the field today. Now has 5 points. But this is a player who we think could and should be on the SEC all-conference team when it's all said and done. If not first team, then second team. Without her, it would have been a really challenging year. I mean, she's had a really good season. Averaged a touch over 9 points per game last year. How about a touch over 16 points per game here in her final campaign?
Yeah, talking to the staff of Georgia prior to this game, they really spoke to Coach Abe coming in and really pouring some kerosene on her development the last 2 years.
Washington forgot to dribble there, traveled with it. Another turnover. For Vanderbilt, that's the 9th turnover to match the Lady Bulldogs' 9. So 9 turnovers apiece as the Lady Bulldogs, they're on a 7-0 run in the last minute and 30 seconds. They're 4 for their last 4 from the floor.
Seeing that high ball screen again with both posts. A little screen-to-screener action for Henderson coming off of it.
Nicholson. That was a long two there from Nicholson. All of a sudden, it's down to a 2-possession game, down to 4, a 9-0 run. Tension building here in Memorial. Crowd getting antsy. Final 60 seconds of this third quarter. Moore, who's got 20, gives way to Washington. Good slip to the basket. That is the 6th team foul for the Lady Bulldogs. So this will be 2 free throws coming up for Washington.
I think they got Nicholson with both hands being in the back of Washington. Washington did a great job of establishing post position. Really put Nicholson in a bind there and had to foul.
That's now 3 fouls on Nicholson, so something to watch going into the fourth quarter as Washington cannot get to first free throw to go. The sophomore out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, has had a tough task having to guard Nicholson today, but has shut her down pretty good. Former high school teammate goes 1 of 2, lead back up to 5.
Commodores going to switch defenses here and go back to the zone after being unable to really guard that high ball screen action the last couple of possessions.
That's an offensive foul, and that's Nicholson's 4th. So they kept Nicholson in the game here. The final 60 seconds of this third quarter, that's a crucial 4th foul.
Looks like the officials are going to review something. Maybe a high shot above the shoulders there. A needed review once you see that occur. Yeah, once you see that happen, Alex, it's an automatic trigger to go and have to review that when you see a shot to the face.
So Tiffany Bird, Meadow Overstreet, and Cameron Inouye taking a look here. 3 officials.
Call on the floor is an offensive foul. The previous play is under review for contact.
See that elbow there, Drew. This is pretty close.
Yeah, that could meet the criteria of moving it into a flagrant category. Certainly going to be worthy of discussion.
One thing Vanderbilt's really happy about is that's 4 on the leading scorer for the Lady Bulldogs, no matter what happens after this review. But is it indeed a flagrant foul? Give Vanderbilt the ball, shooting free throws. Take a look.
You can see Nicholson come over, gets tangled up with 𝗿𝗏, and I think it's certainly inadvertent. I don't think that's to be disputed, but nevertheless, it may meet the criteria for a flagrant foul.
So this 3-person crew here, taking a look, now talking about it. 5-point game, crucial call here. 45.7 seconds left in this third quarter. Every point, if the Doors do get free throws here, could matter going into that fourth quarter.
Vanderbilt 0 field goals in the last 3 minutes and 14 seconds.
After review, the previous play has been upgraded to an intentional foul for excessive contact to the face.
That's what we thought. I mean, kudos to the officiating crew here for getting that correct, because it did meet the criteria. Even though it's inadvertent, it's not purposeful, but it definitely meets the criteria of excessive contact. Get tangled up, and yeah, just enough above the shoulders. You see that sort of force with the delivery. Even though it's inadvertent, I'm going to keep coming back to that language, it still meets the criteria of the rule book to upgrade that foul.
There is Coach Abe talking about it here, disagrees with it. You know, and I think if Nicholson doesn't extend her hand there at the end, almost that pushing motion, maybe it wouldn't have been called an intentional foul.
She's so confused.
Yeah, she cannot believe it. Can't believe this call here.
It's pretty significant because Georgia's been on a nice little run here. Vanderbilt really struggling at the end of this third quarter to convert from the field. So it puts, because of the upgrade, it puts one of your best free throw shooters that you're able to select onto the free throw line.
So announcing it here inside Memorial, and you knew that'd get the crowd going here. Again, crowd, I think, anxious, right? There's a lot of tension here. Memorial Magic has been back for this historic program. I mean, Drew Maddox, the Commodores made the NCAA tournament 27 of 29 years from 1986 to 2014. but have not made it the last decade, trying to get back to the big dance. They don't care whether they're a play-in game or not. They want a chance to prove that this bunch is different. As Moore gets the friendly bounce there. She's now got 21 big ones today. But this is their first winning season since 2016, and with a win today would be their first SEC winning season since 2013.
Significant win the other night, too. I think the 6 road victories as well was a symbolic number for this program. Very significant what Coach 𝗀𝗍𝗆 and this program is doing.
Yeah, the Commodores are 8-3 on the road this year, and they've won 6 of their 8 SEC games on the road.
Incredible.
That's a big deal, and that's why the committee is really taking a look at this team. Quality road wins. 𝗿𝗏𝗱𝘆, no chance, right? Missed it to the left. Offensive rebound to Washington, who stumbles and got fouled. Sasha Washington. Another amazing effort on the offensive glass. This place would have lost it, by the way, if 𝗿𝗏𝗆 would have hit that 3.
Absolutely. Love that shot, though. Got ready to shoot it, but Sasha Washington, a great offensive rebounder, great hustle there. Just gets her feet tripped up. Able to go back to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Washington, who averages a touch over 12 points per game, touch over 3 offensive rebounds per game, gets the first free throw to go. Washington, who's got 11 boards today, 6 of those offensive rebounds.
So strong.
All of a sudden, the lead back up to 9, thanks to the intentional foul and 4 consecutive free throws. Now the shot clock is off. It's been a great third quarter and response for the Lady Bulldogs. Cole didn't wait for the last shot. Instead, got the jumper to go.
Nice little step forward up to the free throw line.
Lead down to 7. Cambridge looking to orchestrate, looking for 1,000 here. Got to heave one up. This is for 1,000 at the horn! Welcome to the 1,000 Career Point Club. Jordan Cambridge, the 40th member of the Commodore family to get there.
Incredible, and what a way to do it in style. Jordan Cambridge, welcome to the 1,000-point scores club. 3-point basket at the buzzer, doors up by 10.
There is the Cambridge Club. Jordan Cambridge's family, they were prepared for 1,000. And what a shot to put the doors back up 10 at the buzzer to end the third quarter. You see, she's got so much family and friends in attendance. Becomes the 40th member all time to reach 1,000 career points.
Congratulations to Jordan Cambridge in joining this illustrious group of people, and does it with style and flair and with that trademark smile. What a big shot. And what about her teammates' reaction? That's what's beautiful. When you know you've made an impact on other people, when they celebrate success for you in that fashion, that's so incredible to see. I just love seeing the love flow out in and amongst this group of players.
Had to sit out all of last season. Talked about Ayanna Moore's injury, but Jordan Cambridge had to sit out all of last season. Watch a tough season last year. Itching to play. Back on the floor with vengeance here in 2023-2024. And now, 2 milestones today. She's 1 steal away from breaking the all-time record set by Deborah Denton. As Pierre off the glass, no good, battling for the rebound. But 1,000 career points. But I know, Jordan Cambridge right now, love the moment, but you saw a little bit more low-key because they know there's more left here in 2024. They have eyes set on a bigger prize in the NCAA tournament.
Agree. So much, and it speaks about her. It's not about her. She doesn't even want the attention. She wants to deflect it and make it about this group and this team and what they're trying to do in terms of a special experience and a special moment for this Vanderbilt team.
So lead back up to double digits. Moore was coming around the screen. That's going to be a foul on Avinger. So for AJ Avinger there, that is her fourth. So Avinger picks up the foul there.
See if they can find 𝗿𝗏𝗍𝗍. She had a lot of space at the top of this out-of-bounds play. Oh, they're going to offset her now.
So Avinger picks up her fourth. Remember, Nicholson has four. 𝗍𝗍𝗍, no good. Cambridge tried to tap it back out and did. Yet again, another offensive rebound.
Georgia's showing some zone now.
12 offensive rebounds
Now back
for
to
𝗀𝗏𝗱𝗆's team today. Cambridge feeling it. A little step back three at the buzzer as the shot clock was winding down.
Georgia did a nice job there. They zoned up the underneath out of bounds and then flowed into man-to-man to create some confusion for the doors.
Tell you what, I like what I've seen from Jordan Cole today. Some great moves. Mid-range game has been there. I saw the shot fake there and go to the rack.
Yeah, Cole, Nicholson, and 𝗀𝗏𝗍𝗍. I think all three of those players really give you great length, post presence that's dynamic inside and out.
Of course, Thompson with 11. And Chapman with 8.
Not
As
gonna be the
Cambridge
steal.
breaks the record, trying to finish on the other end. Got fouled. Ball was hanging on the rim. It doesn't go down as Cambridge goes down, but Jordan Cambridge passes Deborah Denton for the most steals in Vanderbilt history.
It's incredible. What an incredible play. She runs down the loose ball, gets the ball in transition, and almost has an and one to complete the play.
And was smiling after the steal.
Of course she was. Of course she was.
339 career steals. It's never been done, but 338 had not been done since 1989, Drew Maddox. 1989. 35 years. This record has sat and been waited to be broken, and it finally has been. What better person to do it than Jordan Cambridge?
Nobody better. Jordan Cambridge, incredible player, more of an amazing human being.
And by the way, you know what's better than 1,000 career points is 1,002. That's what Cambridge has now. She connected on one of 2 free throws. I'll tell you what, though. The Lady Bulldogs, they're still hanging around, right? The Doors have really yet to push the lead past 14 points. And so you see Katie Abraham-Henderson there. Trying to will the team here in the final game of the regular season. And Cambridge hit it away from Moore. So the two best pals were both going for the basketball there. I don't think Cambridge saw Ayanna Moore. And now a 3 is good. Flournoy makes the Doors pay there. That's a critical play. The lead back down to 8.
Flournoy with that big three-point basket. That was huge to cut this lead to 8.
More shot fake. Realized Nicholson was underneath. Remember, Nicholson back on the floor playing with 4 fouls. 𝗿𝗏𝗍𝗍 drives baseline. Hands off to Washington. Washington can't get it to go.
Nice little draw by 𝗿𝗏𝗍𝗍 to drop baseline and hit Washington on that eye cut once again in front of the rim.
Cole, and a blocking foul going to be called underneath on Jordan Cambridge. That's her 3rd.
Georgia gets the switch there. Jordan Cambridge finds herself in the post and I think took that blow a little bit worse than Cole did. That was a delivery. Vanderbilt is so good on underneath out-of-bounds defense. We've already seen several steals, close to 5-second calls. They do a wonderful job of passing off the cutters of the opponent.
Nicholson throws it away. Picked off. Talked about a football analogy earlier, like a corner in football there. Moore was ready for it. 𝗿𝗏𝗍𝗍. Thought about it. Cambridge going to reset the offense here. Again, still a lot of tension here in Memorial. Memorial Magic has been out and about more. Floater, no good. Good box out there by Cole, who's boxing out Washington. Taken away off the hands of Cole to Oliver. Oliver 3-on-1. Cambridge finishes the lay-in.
Jordan Oliver, what a great sense of timing to deliver that basketball. Just waited to the right moment to deliver to Jordan Cambridge.
How much do the Lady Bulldogs have left in the tank? Down by 10. Cole drive to the basket. Couldn't get the basket to go, but got fouled. So 2 free throws coming up here for the fifth-year senior out of Alpharetta.
With a lot of Jordans in this game, but this is Jordan Cole driving the basketball against Jordan Oliver. He draws 2 shots with a great drive with force to the rim.
Listen, Cole just has 4 points today, but an efficient 4. 2 of 3 from the floor. She's got 5 rebounds today. I think she's played excellent defense when called upon. Has the chance to go 2 of 2 here to get it back down to 8. Instead, 1 of 2, but Nicholson playing with 4. Offensive rebound, turnaround jumper.
Wow.
Off the glass. Ooh. Silky smooth there from the fifth-year senior out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. The lead back down to 7.
That was beautiful. Not only did she get the rebound on the missed free throw, but she set up the dribble and spun back to her left. Nice soft touch.
Oliver had to get out of the key there. Moore the leading scorer today with 22 points. Washington, too easy.
Another beautiful move in the post from Sasha Washington. Sets the defender up, shows the shot fake, steps back through to the right side. Textbook fundamental post play.
Cambridge, like a thief in the night, picked the pocket of Nicholson. Like we said earlier, I'll say it again. You know what's better than 389 steals? 390 for Jordan Cambridge. That's her 4th steal of the ball game. Doors trying to go back up double digits. More! 3 more for Moore. Up to 25.
She is shooting with such great confidence the last several weeks. Use that high ball screen, bounces to her left, gets great setup, big 3-point make.
Flournoy with the answer on the other end, cannot. If you don't think the committee's watching this game closely, you are wrong. They've been watching this game throughout here in Nashville. Vanderbilt projected the 68th of 68 teams. What a cut and find. Moore to Cambridge. The connection to Cambridge from Ayanna Moore. All of a sudden, the lead back up to 14.
Watch this play. Well, nice little post move here, but going into the timeout, Sasha Washington with that one as well. Ayanna Moore is hot from the perimeter. Doors up 14.
Jordan Cambridge, what a career, what a day. Took a while, but 1,000 career points on that step-back 3 at the buzzer to end the 3rd quarter. Became the 40th member all-time Drew Maddox, and also broke Deborah Denton's all-time steals record. Jordan Cambridge is the steals queen.
On senior day as well, in front of all of her family and friends, here in Memorial Gym, leading this team as she does each and every day. Doing it in a way that she does, which is impact the game in so many ways. Not only the 9 points, not only the 4 steals, but you also see she impacts winning through rebounding the basketball and other intangibles as well. Jordan Cambridge, the epitome of what it means to be an incredible teammate.
And the steals queen has been smiling throughout, taking it all in. If this is the last time in Memorial, she wants to go out with a big-time win going into Greenville next week. She joins the likes of Chantel Anderson and Wendy Schulten, and then most recent players to make the NCAA tournament who scored 1,000 in their career. How about Jasmine Lister and Tiffany Clark? All waiting for that moment for Cambridge to be the 40th member. Had to sit out last season. Many were hoping for it last year. Coming back this year. See the brace on her right leg. She has been phenomenal. Time to go for the Lady Bulldogs. That three ball is left short. Battle for the rebound. Bunch of bodies hit the deck here. Possession arrow favors Georgia. Another stat that Chris Caskey sent in, the wonderful SID for Vanderbilt women's basketball, that Jordan Cambridge is the first player in program history with 1,000 career points, 500 rebounds, 400 steals, and 300 assists.
Wow. Wow.
Really impressive. Tough getting the ball in, and it's going to be a 5-second call.
And that's what we were speaking to. Coach Ralph and her staff get these girls so ready to guard on underneath out of bounds. They make a point to win special situations. You see that big 5-second call.
Let's talk real quick about the NCAA tournament picture, right? They have not made the NCAA tournament since 2014 as Washington got bumped by Coles, kind of looking around saying, I don't think I really extended the arms, but the foul's going to be called. But, you know, they haven't made the NCAA tournament since 2014. We talked about 27 of 29 years they made the NCAA tournament from 1986 to 2014. Here's a fact for you, Drew Maddox. Since the field expanded to 64 teams back in 1994, I know we're at 68 now, of course, the last 3 years, every SEC school that has won 20 or more games and finished at least 500 in SEC play or better has made the NCAA tournament. Vandy is hoping that history repeats itself.
Back to it again. This win would push the Commodores to 9-7 in the conference. And to your point, you would think, just based on history, that it really does prove well that they're going to get a bid on Selection Sunday.
Talk about quality wins and quality losses. I look at Vanderbilt having 6 of their 8 wins on the road in the SEC. It's so tough to do. But they beat Mississippi State. 1 spot ahead of them is Moore for 3. Gets another. Cash it in for Moore. She's got 28. Memorial Magic is feeling it.
Woo! Amaya Moore using the dribble to create separation there. Watch this shot right here. High ball screen there. Behind her back. Nice little crossover dribble. Wow. Little Steph Curry-ish, using the dribble and the bounce to really create separation. But being able to get back to being a stable shooter with a great foundation to jump up and make that shot. 28 points on the afternoon.
That's bully basketball there from Ayanna Moore, who's one of the kindest and nicest souls you'll ever meet. But on the floor, she's a bulldog in her own right. You saw the crossover move put Henderson on skates. So lead up to 15, largest lead for the Commodores, breaking the press here. But 6 of the 8 SEC wins on the road. Mississippi State, who's 1 spot ahead of them. The Commodores beat Texas A&M, who's 1 spot behind them. They beat Arkansas, who's the next 4 out they beat. How about a win in Las Vegas against Iowa State? Big 12 team was 34th in the net. Pissot with an offensive rebound there, threw it away. But they beat Iowa State, who's a projected 9 seed. Auburn at home, current 11 seed, as Nicholson can't get it to go. Not to mention, listen, sometimes, right, you want to look at SEC wins and Power 5 programs. How about Fairfield? We were on that game. It was the 3rd game of the season.
Yes.
Fairfield.
They were good.
Not only were they good,
they are good.
Guess what, Drew Maddox? They have 1 loss this year. You know who it's to?
To Vanderbilt.
As Washington finishes. Little shake and bake there from Sasha Washington. Leads up to 17. But 26-1 Fairfield team. And then also, too, how about quality losses? They lost to NC State, current 3 seed. Lost to Tennessee twice. Current 8 seed, South Carolina, the number 1 overall seed, Ole Miss an 8 seed, Bama a 9 seed, LSU a 3 seed. If you will, maybe 1 bad loss at home, right to Mizzou, but even they're in the top 82 in the net. As Washington, with that shake and bake move, the last time they had the ball, goes down here. But what a year for 𝗀𝗏𝗱𝗆's team. They went 12-19 last year, dealt with adversity, all the injuries, only 9 healthy players, 3-13 in the SEC. I seriously think, Drew, that she's got a case for SEC Coach of the Year.
No, absolutely. I forget where the Commodores were picked in preseason rankings, but what she's done in this program, what they've done this year, tremendous. It should be definitely in the conversation.
You know where they were picked?
Where were they picked?
Dead last.
Oh, wow. Similar to the South Carolina story in the men's side of things as well.
1:30 to go. 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆𝗆 here on Senior Day. Talked about it earlier. Got her first start of the season. Listen to this ovation for Ayanna Moore and Jordan King.
Two great friends exiting the game.
What a special moment for Ayanna Moore, who's got a lot of basketball left here as a Dora. But Jordan Cambridge, if it is the last time here at Memorial, what a career. Joined the 1,000 Career Point Club today, as well as breaking Deborah Denton's all-time steals record to become the steals queen. So you take a look at most improved.
Wow.
You see there, how about the Commodores? Texas A&M's had a good season, so has Auburn. The SEC really hoping and thinking that Vanderbilt can get in to the field of 68 for the first time since 2014. And the committee, by the way, too, one last point I want to make about this. They've made it very clear, Drew, that quality losses is just as crucial and critical as quality wins. As you see Sasha Washington, Justine Passat, and Jordan Oliver coming off the floor here.
See if 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆𝗆 can get one shot attempt and maybe some points in this game.
𝗿𝗲𝗆𝗆 here with a chance. 𝗿𝗲𝗆 scoops it in! Are you kidding me?
We called it. Oh, it's so good.
What a moment for the senior out of Davie, Florida. Her family in attendance. And not an easy bucket, double-teamed the scoop and score. And now gets the steal here, and how fitting. On Senior Day, in the season finale, going into Greenville, 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆𝗆, one of the best seniors to do it as a Commodore, has the basketball in her hands. What a win for the Doors, a statement win by 17.
Look at the celebration of success for others as an indicator to a healthy culture. How special was that to see those teammates run out on the floor and celebrate 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆𝗆𝗆 getting that big scoop and score?
An emotional win. At times was tough today for the Commodores, but if the committee was watching, Drew Maddox, what's your message to them?
I think this team is an NCAA tournament team. They've won and proven they can win on the road. They've proven they can win in a variety of ways. This team has toughness. They have all the elements to get big postseason wins.
Another win for the Doors, 22-8, 9-7 in the SEC, heading into Greenville next Wednesday. For our wonderful producer, Dean McConaughey, my partner, Drew Maddox, I'm Alex Gould saying so long from Memorial, where the Doors win it 72-55. All games airing on the SEC Network, streaming live, archived on the ESPN app. Enjoy the rest of your day.